Hey Marianne, thanks for letting us take a tour of your SUV camper.
I'm from Northwest Ohio, Toledo area, and I saw you just by happenstance on YouTube and realized, oh my gosh, this car camping, van camping thing was real, and I have an SUV, so maybe I could do this too and be able to travel and not have to spend money on hotels. Then you announced this road trip, and just fireworks went off, and I immediately said, I have to do that. I'm going to do that no matter what. So I didn't want to spend any money really, so I used everything I had and came up with something that worked. I camped 4 times, 4 different meetups after I found out about this Route 1 road trip, and just to kind of get ready and get acclimated for what I needed and didn't need. And I started out by just mocking up a bed on the floor on the back of my 2009 Hyundai Veracruz. My son, who loves to work with wood and is very handy, made me a platform here. The front of it rests on the slanted back seat. Then we have these adjustable furniture legs that I ordered from Amazon that we could just adjust them up to the height needed to make it and level. They're from Amazon, and you can get them, they come as a set of 4, although I didn't need 4 because I only needed 2 on the back end, although he put 1 in the middle there just to make sure it held my tremendous weight.
Yeah, tremendous weight.
But look at how he beveled the edges.
Oh,
He really,
so
so I
nice.
didn't get splinters, and he really did a nice job. He put big holes in it because we were told online to put holes to aerate this. I have 2 sleeping bags. One is mainly just for cushion. I have a 2-inch bed topper folded over, which fit just perfectly, but still I could feel that hard board, so I put this other sleeping bag that I found, and then this is the sleeping bag I get in if it's cold enough. And then I have this electric throw that I can plug into my power station if it gets really cold. But I'm able to get my camping chair and this wool blanket that came in handy a few times in the upper states and in Maine. Then there's little cubby holes that you can stick your souvenirs and your little brochures, and my walking sticks go in there nicely. So I brought with me 2 power stations. They're both EcoFlow 1800 watt, and they have served my needs, which aren't great because I don't have a refrigerator. That's something I definitely am going to get for any next trips or campouts that I go on. I did bring my camping table, which I used a couple times because we did camp. Stayed at a couple of state parks for a couple of days. I got this 36-inch bungee that I just keep there, and when it's really warm in the summer, you can put this curtain through the bungee. You can see through it, and you can just leave your cargo hatch open all night if you're in a safe place. Then I have magnets on the side that
Nice small magnets that are not dangerous.
Yep, and I just leave them there all the time. They don't interfere with closing the hatch at all.
Yeah.
It's an older fan that I just brought along, and it's really been useful. I have several of these. It's called Zero Water, and you put any kind of water in here, and there's a big filter in there, and it guarantees, it even comes with a TDS meter, which is total dissolved solids. And you put anything in there, tap water that you would get at a campground or your faucet or a drinking fountain, and it will take out every dissolved solid that's in there, like all the chemicals that they put in, fluoride, and then after it goes through that filter, it's zero.
Wow.
And here is my closet. I left this seat up, which I'm also thinking the next trip, I think I might take that seat out, and that will give me a whole lot more room. Everything's
more in.
rolled up. They don't get as wrinkly, and you can get more in. And I actually brought way more clothes than I wore.
Don't we all?
I could have had half that amount. This one is my food, and this is kitchen stuff. The lighter ones are on top, and I can actually reach in and get something I want. This is my cords and electronic equipment. This is something I rigged up on this trip, and it's worked out very well. This box that I got from Costco, and you can get all kinds of boxes. It holds things that I use all the time, things that I might want while I'm driving, and it's kind of my kitchen, where I have a smaller box in here that I can just put on my lap when I'm stopped someplace and eat something sitting in the car. And this is my luggable loo. Down in here I keep my cans of butane, and so I use this for storage in the bottom, and then I've got a thick plastic bag. Then I got this from you. These are the bedpan liners that they're like a diaper, where as soon as they get wet, they swell up and they absorb the liquid.
And turn it to gel.
Yeah, and turn it to gel, so that, there aren't any leaks, and it just contains it better. My little shoe department down here, and my hats. So I found these at Meijer, and I like them because they're flat black. They're not a shiny black like the WeatherTech ones. And these were kind of expensive. They cost me about $16 for one, but I was able to cut them out, and it's still a lot cheaper than WeatherTech's.
Right.
But I was able to cut out all the other windows. I think I got 2 of them out of one of them. I used craft paper and made the template for the different windows, and I'll show you on this how it fits. I like to put the reflectix towards the inside so that any light I have gets reflected with this, so it kind of makes it even brighter. But I made the template, and then when I cut it out of one of the big window, I just cut it out about a 1/2 inch bigger, and then it just pops in the window like that, and it stays all night. And also a good thing to know is when you're doing this and cutting it out, if the ribs go this way, it keeps it stiff and it stays really nice. If you turned it 90 degrees and your ribs went this way, then it's just going to normally fold down, and
It'll
not
just fall
fit
right
as
over.
well.
Right. That's a perfect
Yeah.
fit. You did a good job there. Makes it easier to get
Makes
in.
it easier to hop in, and I have perfected my exit where I'll hold on to this, and then I just flip my legs over and
Yep.
slowly wait to reach the ground or the step stool here.
And down here you have...
I've yet to make it a perfect dismount where my feet will go right into my... I've got this came with the butterfly sheet set, and my paper towels, and my fire extinguisher
That's good.
right there.
Not in a bin where you couldn't get it. You
Yeah.
got it where you can get it.
Also, I have this, but I haven't really used it. I have a little cooler here that I have a comforter and a hoodie and gloves and hat in.
Oh, so for storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got more
So-
storage space there. That's nice.
Yeah. I'm a Y member nationwide, and I have, there are 1,000 or more Ys across the states. All the major cities have one, or 2 or 3. And I go there and take a shower and clean up, or you can work out on the equipment. The big trip was amazing, and I just remember that my excitement. I planned how many days, because I like to drive 5 or 6 hours a day. So I live in Northwest Ohio, and I needed to get up to the northern tip of Maine. So I figured how many 300-mile chunks, because that's what takes me 5 to 6 hours a day to drive, I would need to get up to the tip of Maine, and it was 4. So I plotted out my course where there was a Cracker Barrel and a YMCA.
Yes. You were one of the original 5
Yeah.
that leaving Fort Kent, and one of the original 5 that made it all the way.
Yeah, that was really, really an accomplishment for me, and just the relationships and the camaraderie of especially the Fearless 5 that went all the way, went the distance. It allows people like me who don't have to live in my van or my car, but I would really like to travel and see things. I want to go out west. I want to drive Route 66. I want to go up the Pacific Highway, up the western coast, and up into Oregon and Washington, and I want to see the Grand Canyon again. I want to go out to the state parks. I'm 72 years old. Who knows how much longer I'm going to live. I'm in good health. I don't take any medications. I exercise. I eat well, and so maybe I will last another 10, 20 years. I hope so. But in those 10 or 20 years, I'm going to be able to go out and see what this world and this nation is all about. And this makes it possible because I don't have to dip into my savings to finance a trip.
Unlimited options.
Yes.
Freedom
Yes.
is what it is, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really appreciate you starting this channel and bringing this activity and access to being able to travel and see things.
Yeah.
Really. From my house in Northwest Ohio, it was 1,000 miles to get to the Fort Kent, the northern tip of Maine. And then it was about 2,500 coming down Route 1 to Key West. And now it's going to be 1,500 to get back home.
Miles.
So, right. So
Right.
that's 2,500 and 2,500. That's 5,000 miles.
5,000 miles, yeah. Well, you probably put on more than that because you really explored. What kind of things did you get to see?
See in when we came down through New Jersey and seeing the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island was
Very special.
very special. Makes me misty to even think about it, but then I've never seen her live like that. It affected me.
Me too.
It affected me that we have the ability and the freedom to even do this.